I'm Susan Jarvie. Today we'll be doing a restorative yoga practice. Please make sure that you have with you a blanket, a sandbag, an eye pillow or a soft cloth to drape over your eyes, a yoga strap or the alternative necktie, a couple of blocks, a bolster, and a chair or a stool or maybe two bolsters that you can stack. Or you could use the bolster and stack it on a couple blocks. So we'll get creative as we go. To begin today, I want you to take all these props away from your mat except for one blanket. So let's get these things put away. So if you'll take your blanket into the square fold, and then we're just gonna roll the edge of it. And this is gonna go where your head is going to be as you lie back. And we're gonna start today in Shavasana, in a supine position. So go ahead and lie back. Always keep your feet on the floor with your knees bent as you roll your way down. Make sure that little bit of roll is just beneath your neck. Just enough to support you, not so much that it's lifting your neck. It's just a little bit of a support there for your neck, and the blanket will be a nice cushion for your head. And take a couple breaths here with your feet on the floor and your knees bent. Just breathe in and out a couple breaths. Then scan your body, noticing what you're feeling, where you're feeling it. And if your lower back feels okay, go ahead and stretch your legs out. Once you're on your back, allow your toes to roll out towards the sides. Move your arms away from your body and turn the palms of your hands to face the ceiling. And then close your eyes. And then we're going to start the practice today in this position and stay here for 5 minutes. So we just begin by connecting to the breath. Feeling your breath flowing into the body and flowing back out. We're not pushing or molding. Nothing to do, just watch the breath for a couple breaths. Let your body begin to settle in. Begin to soften and relax. And scanning, noticing what you're feeling and where you're feeling it. And when you feel places of tension or places where you feel tension, give yourself a little extra love, a little extra energy. Send your breath to those places. Begin to connect to the breath again and start to notice where the breath begins and where it ends. And when you're ready, start to move the breath so it's a little deeper, a little longer, and a little broader, allowing the breath to fill your whole body, specifically noticing how your belly rises on the inhale and falls on the exhale. Letting the breath flow in, belly rising, ribs expanding in all directions, chest rising. Breathing out, everything softens and releases and your body grows heavier. Each time you exhale, relax something. Letting go of all those things that brought you here. There's nothing to do now, just rest. Breathing in, breathing out. Begin to allow your breath to deepen, allowing the breath to grow deeper and longer. Breathing in, coming back to you. Move your fingers and toes, and maybe open your eyes. And then find that strap. So we're going to try not to get up. I want you to try to stay down, letting your head stay in this position and just be supine for this whole, well, most of this practice. So we're going to grab that strap and we're going to do kind of a version of legs up the wall, but we're going to do it with the strap. So we're going to take the strap and just place it around the ball of the right foot and then take the left foot and bring it up as well. So just kind of right where the ball of the foot is. And then you can keep your feet hip width apart for this one, or if you want to go a little wider, you can go wide. Don't go too wide, but maybe 2 feet, 3 feet, wherever you feel comfortable. And for this one, I'm going to bring my legs a little closer, my feet a little closer. About there. And then we're going to hang out here. So we're going to hold this for another 5 minutes. So we're not pulling the legs toward us, we're just keeping the legs straight up. If this is uncomfortable or you find there's a lot of tension in the back of your legs, then you can of course bring your knees in slightly. Just bend the knees, just a little bend so that it's comfortable to hold. We're going to let all the fluids come back down from the legs and the feet as they come up into the hips, up into our body. Begin to connect again with your breath, noticing where the breath begins and where the breath ends. Allowing your belly to rise on the inhale and soften or fall on the exhale. You don't have to watch the time or watch a clock. I'll keep time for you. All you're doing is lying here, paying attention to your breath. Your mind will naturally drift away, that's normal. And when it does, just notice that it did and allow it to come back to breath. Breathing in and breathing out, belly rising and falling with each breath you take. Each time you exhale, relax something. Letting go, surrendering to yourself. Being a little bit selfish with your time for just this 50 minutes or this hour. It's all for you. Stay focused on you. Breathing in, your belly rises. Breathing out, your belly falls. Breathing in, I know I breathe in. Breathing out, I know I breathe out. Begin to allow your breath to deepen. Opening your eyes when you're ready. And let's go ahead and bring the knees into the chest. Keep your strap handy. Draw your knees in. Feet come down. As you hug your knees down, extend your tailbone along the mat. And if you'd like to, rock a little side to side. Eventually come back to center and place both feet on the mat. Let your arms rest next to your sides. Soften your eyes, close your eyes, and just take a few breaths. Notice what feels different in your body, what's changing. And then go ahead and open your eyes, and we want to next grab the bolster. So I'm not going to get up, I'm just going to try to use my feet. So once you have the bolster, go ahead and place it on the floor, just maybe 4 or 5 inches away from your hip. And then we're going to grab that strap again. And start with the right foot. We'll bring the right foot back up. We're going to place the strap once again around the ball of your foot. And we're just going to hold with this one hand, the right hand this time. Once you have the strap around the bottom of your foot, if this is too intense for your hamstrings, you can bend the knee. Do it just a little bit so that it feels comfortable for you. You can hold it. Otherwise, we'll try to keep that leg straight. And I'm going to draw my leg in to give myself a little stretch. When you feel that first place where it's that dull, achy stretch, then stay right there. It's a dull, achy sensation. Stay right there. Take a few breaths. And if your lower back feels okay here, go ahead and stretch out the left leg and let your foot rest. And next, we're going to go ahead and take this leg over to the side until we can find that bolster. And we'll let that leg rest right on the bolster. We want to try to keep the left hip grounded. And you can let your left arm come out to the side. And then we go ahead and close your eyes. An option you have is to bend your knee and let your foot come in and rest here. So we'll start with the legs straight. If it becomes uncomfortable and you want to bend your knee, then go ahead and do that. And you can go back and forth a few times. So doing what's right for you in this moment. As you're ready, go ahead and close your eyes. And again, return your attention to your breath. Allowing your breath to rise, belly to rise on the inhale and fall on the exhale. Allowing your belly to rise on the inhale and fall on the exhale. Breathing in, I know I breathe in. Breathing out, I know I breathe out. When your mind drifts away, just again notice that it went somewhere. And you might label that. Just label it busy. Busy, 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 and come back to your breath. Breathing in, I know I breathe in. Breathing out, I know I breathe out. Busy, busy, busy. Coming back to breath. Breathing in, I know I breathe in. Breathing out, I know I breathe out. Or focus on that point where the breath begins and where it ends. Begin to allow your breath to deepen. And when you're ready, go ahead and bring that leg back up. Remove the strap. And we'll take both feet to the floor, both knees bent, and take a few breaths. Take a moment to feel the difference in your hips from side to side. What feels different in your body? What feels off or imbalanced? And then stretch both legs out. And notice, does one leg feel a little longer than the other? So let's do the second side so we can match. You'll have to move your bolster to the other side. And you know, if you don't have a bolster, you could always use a block to support your thigh. So there's no bolster, don't worry, just use the block. All right, so both knees bent, feet on the floor. We bring the left foot in and place that strap around the ball of the foot. We're gonna hold the strap with our left hand and take a few breaths here. Give your body a chance to adjust. Everything is very slow. We're moving slow, we're transitioning slow. In this particular sequence, the transitions are just as important as the poses. Be sure to take your time. If your lower back feels okay, stretch out your right leg. We want to keep this right hip grounded. And so we can stay here. You can bring the leg a little closer to stretch the hamstring, or you can also bend the knee. When you're ready, I'm going to take that leg out to the side and allow your thigh to be supported by a bolster or a strap. And then right arm just comes to rest, palm faces up, and we'll stay right here and breathe. Breathing in, notice the belly rise and the chest expand. Breathing out, everything softens. Breathing in, I know I breathe in. Breathing out, I know I breathe out. And we come to rest. Allow your body to feel the support of the block or the bolster as you rest or relax into it. Feel the support as you rest. Feel nurtured as you relax. Take your time. Each time your mind drifts away, busy, 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 come back to breath. Notice where the breath begins and where it ends. Remember that if your leg is uncomfortable in this straight position, you can always bend your knee and let your foot come in towards your leg and stay there. And you can always go back and forth and do what's comfortable for you. Allow your breath to deepen. Slowly lift your leg back up to center. Remove the strap. Both feet on the floor, both knees bent. Take a couple of breaths. And then stretch your legs out. Hopefully your legs feel like they are the same length now. Now draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Gently rock side to side if you'd like to. Or you could just stay with the knees brought into the chest, resting on your back. Roll to a side. Pause on your side and take a few breaths. That's a new position. So give your body a chance to adjust. And then very slowly, very gently, find your way up. And please get one blanket. We're going to move into a variation of crocodile pose. So I want you to take one blanket and we're going to roll this blanket. This is going to be for our forehead to rest on. Also, please grab a second blanket and this will be for your hips to rest on. When you're ready, let's go ahead and lie down onto our bellies on that blanket. Take your feet wide so that they're wider than your mat and let your heels drop in so your toes are pointed out. And then we're going to take this other blanket and just roll the edge so we can rest our forehead here. That way you can keep your face down without squishing your nose. And then we're going to take the arms and let your wrists are going to rest on that roll. So the wrists can rest right here on that roll. Or you can place your forearms on that roll and place your hands at the back of your head. Again, connect to your breath, belly inflates, pushing into the floor as you inhale and softens as you exhale. When you're ready, allow your breath to deepen. And go ahead and take your hands and place them under your shoulders. Bring your legs back toward each other, knees together, and then press back and come up onto your knees. Go ahead and come up onto that blanket you had your belly on. And then please grab or get one block. And we'll place that block at the top of the yoga mat. And then draw that bolster down in between the legs. So rest the bolster on the block. It comes down between the knees. And then when you're ready, we'll go ahead and rest on that bolster. Relax your arms, relax your shoulders, turn your gaze one direction. And stay, breathing in and breathing out. Let your shoulders grow heavier with each exhale. Allow your hips to sink into your heels. Relax your face. If it's uncomfortable with the block at the bolster, you can always remove it. So you can always take that out if you want to. Bring the bolster a little closer in and rest there. So lots of modifications, lots of options. Do what's comfortable for you. Connecting to the breath again, breathing in and breathing out and resting your body, feeling the support of the bolster as it comes up to hold you and nurture you as you rest and relax into it. Go ahead and turn your gaze or your head the opposite way to give your neck equal time. When you're ready, place your hands under your shoulders and slowly roll your way up. For this next pose, we're going to do a version of pigeon pose over the bolster. This is a new one for me, so let's try it together. We'll start with the right leg, and we're going to place that leg up in front of us, just like we normally would when we're doing pigeon pose. And I want you to get your thigh right up on that bolster. The back leg can stay bent, and my hips are asymmetrical. So most of the time, or always in pigeon pose, we'll square the hips to the front of the mat. In this restorative pose, the hips are asymmetrical, so this one is back behind, and we have this leg bent. This is just one option. So you get your bum kind of up there, and then get nice and tall, and we're going to fold forward and bring our forehead to this block. And then let your arms rest. After a couple
several breaths, you might decide you can get your head on a lower space on that block and let it come down a little lower. And then we're going to stay. So that is one version. If you prefer, you can square your hips and bring your knee a little more onto the bolster and keep those hips square. And then fold over and come onto the block again. So we let the head rest and the arms here. So this is a little too intense for me to stay for a long time. Remember, restorative poses are supposed to be comfortable and relaxing so that you can rest your body. If your body's fighting with you the whole time, you're not going to be able to stay for very long. So do what's comfortable. Try each way and see which one works for you. And then once you find your way into the pose, we're going to go ahead and stay for maybe 3 to 5 minutes. All right, so when you're ready, find the pose and rest. Feel the bolster supporting your bum and your leg. Breathing in, your belly expands. Breathing out, your belly softens, and we let go of any stress or tension that we're holding. Each time you exhale, relax something. When you're ready, place your hands under your shoulders. Slowly find your way up. And again, remember your transitions are equally as important as your poses. So really take the time to move from one pose to the next gently and slowly. Take your time. Move into the second side. Now bringing the left leg up on the bolster. Right leg is back behind you. And remember, you can let your hips be asymmetrical with that back leg bent, or you can square the hips and let that back leg straighten. Whichever feels best for you. And we don't need to stay, if it's really uncomfortable or your leg's falling asleep or your feet are falling asleep, then come out of the pose and just sit quietly until we move on. Otherwise, try to stay with it and follow your breath. So when you're ready, breathe in, get long. Exhale and fold. Breathing in, you can feel your belly expand. Breathing out, your belly softens. Follow the breath. Notice where it begins. Where does it go as it travels into your body? And where does it come out? Where does it end? Each time your mind drifts away again, think of busy, 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 and let it go. Come back to breathing. Feel your breath expanding your body with space. Each time you exhale, let go of any tension you're feeling. Begin to allow your breath to deepen. Place your hands under your shoulders. Find your way up, very slowly, very gently. And then let's go ahead and sit cross-legged on your pillow or your bolster, just for about 10 breaths. Notice what you feel and where you're feeling it. Where do you feel a sense of heaviness? Where do you feel lightness? Breathing in, I know I breathe in. Breathing out, I know I breathe out. And then ready to open your eyes. And so now I want you to get that chair or that stool that you have ready for this next pose. So once you have your stool or your chair, or even a bolster that's stacked on some blocks to give you some height, sit wide angle, take your legs wide, and we'll have a wide-legged, wide-angle seated pose. And then we're going to fold forward over whatever prop that you have found and let your head rest on your forearms. Again, connect to your breath, noticing where the breath begins, allowing it to brush the back of your throat, allowing your belly to expand and your ribs to expand in all directions. As you exhale, everything softens and your rib cage narrows and the breath leaves, and we notice where the breath ends. Breathing in, I know I breathe in. Breathing out, I know I breathe out. And we rest. Each time your mind is pulled away or drifts away, gently bring it back to focus on breathing. Begin to allow your breath to deepen. And again, very slowly, find your way up.
And then we're going to move into a version of Supta Baddha Konasana when you're ready. So we'll take the bolster and put it on our block for our head. And a blanket to support your neck and head goes there at the top. And be sure you have your sandbag and your eye pillow ready and another blanket. So we'll roll the blanket, one blanket, and put it under the knees. If you have another blanket handy, you could drape that over your body. And when you're ready, we're going to settle into the bolster. And now we're going to take that sandbag and we're going to place it just pretty much at the pubic bone. Try to level it out and place it kind of at the hip crease, pubic bone area. And take your eye pillow and place that over your eyes. Arms away from your body, palms face the ceiling. Draw your shoulder blades under you and then relax that effort. Allow your collarbones to be wide and rest. Relax your toe tips and your feet. Feel your legs resting on the blanket. Feel your hips softening and sinking into the earth. Whole spine rests on the bolster. Every time you exhale, let your shoulders move closer to the floor. Shoulders get heavier and heavier. Collarbones grow wider apart. Allow your throat and your neck muscles to soften. Unclench your teeth and relax your jaw. Softening all the muscles of your face. Nose soft. Eyes heavy. Forehead soft. And we rest. As you breathe in, notice how your belly inflates. And as you breathe out, notice how everything softens. And rest here, resting in yourself. There's nothing to do, just be here. Each time your attention moves away, busy, 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 come back to focus on breathing. Notice where the breath begins and where the breath ends. Begin to allow your breath to deepen. Slowly breathe in deeper, longer, and broader. Bring a little movement to your fingers and toes. And take that sandbag off your body. Bring the knees in and roll to a side into a fetal position and pause there. Pause there on your side. Just take a couple of breaths. Let your body settle into this new position. Take a nice deep breath and move that breath to the space between your shoulder blades. And feel your body, feel what you've created, feel the space. Notice everything and appreciate your time here today. When you feel ready, go ahead and come all the way up and have a seat sitting cross-legged. If you'd like to, you can sit up on your bolster or your pillow like I'm doing. Let your hands come down or come together into Anjali Mudra. Relax your shoulders, and you can close your eyes or just soften your gaze. Soften the gaze by seeing if you can see a 180-degree vision. So just looking maybe down, 4 feet in front of you, softening and widening the gaze. And just be still, breathing in and breathing out. Soften, let the eyes close when you're ready. And let's take a nice deep breath. Breathe in. And a big sigh, big exhale. Letting go of any stress or tension that you still hold. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. Always remember that your presence matters. Your presence matters to everyone around you. So always show up and be present. Your presence matters. You matter. The light in me sees and reflects the light in you. Namaste. Thank you.